Hello everyone, it's Leo. I'm here today in a different format to give my opinion on the first half of Aikatsu Stars. It's the first time I do an analysis like this, so if you like it, please let me know. The first half of I Stars comprises of episodes from 1 to 50 and it tells the story of Niji no Yume, a girl who enrolls in an idol school, Yotsuboshi Gakuen, to fulfill her dream of becoming a top idol. This analysis is meant to be an overview of the series, so I will discuss some key points. That being said, beware of spoilers. I'll start by saying that I'm usually a slow watcher, and I tend to choose smaller shows to watch. There are exceptions, obviously, like in Precure's case, and Aikatsu is another franchise I fell in love with. So this is a feat of iStars. It stays fresh on the course of 50 episodes with a very colorful cast, an interesting setting, and plots that make you curious to keep watching. The setting is something big for this series, as we follow the story of girls who want to be idols in a world that praises them. They're everywhere. TV shows, magazines, out and about performing, and so on. But the main setting is Yotsuboshi Gakuen, the school in which most of the series happens. And that is one of the biggest feats of iStars. It creates an interesting scenario with a culture that is unveiled to the viewer as the episodes go by. The first point is that the school is divided by classes that focus on different aspects and abilities of an idol. We have the song class, which is basically singing. We have the dance class. We have the beauty class, which refers to modeling. And theater class, which refers to acting, obviously. Those classes are led by the top idols, the ones with the best abilities in each segment. So we have 4 segments, 4 best idols, and those 4 best idols create the S4, an unit that is supposed to be legendary and unmatched in terms of ability and talent. It also works as a motivator for our main characters, something for them to look up to and aspire to be like. The school also has a very interesting set of teachers, full of personality, and also lots of events that make the episodes feel different from each other and very special. The setting is fundamental because it's where we'll see the characters being, well, characters. That's where they will act and grow. And what a great set of characters we have. iStars features a bunch of interesting, lively personalities who bring a lot to the story. And now I'd like to talk about the characters together with the plot. Since I think here lies the biggest problem with the show, I'll start by talking about the good points and then I'll move on to the bad points. The story follows Niji no Yume and her childhood friend Koharu while they pursue their dreams of joining S4. Along the way, we meet lots of interesting characters while we follow their roads to stardom. One of them is Kazumi Mejia from the beauty class. Mejia is a very interesting character because she's focusing on her dream of defeating her sister, Yozora, who is part of the S4. The resentment she feels over her sister who left her to become an idol gives her a believable drive. Also, the fact she does karate sets her apart from the rest of the beauty class, giving her an edge. It's nice seeing an idol venting and expressing her feelings in an unexpected way. Her relationship with her sister is built nicely. It starts with her holding a grudge, and it's really understandable. She wants her sister to see her as an opponent worth fighting against. Instead, Yozora just treats her like everyone else, with her polite ways, but with that plastic, placid, and expressionless tone. It would definitely get me extremely irritated as well. As time goes by, they're able to get to terms and understand each other, so their sibling relationship becomes good, but they're still rivals, and Mejia sees her as someone to beat. Mejia's performances are all very elegant, just like the chords she uses. Her growth is so well done that it culminates in one of the greatest surprises of this anime. Mejia dethrones her sister in the S4 selection. That was honestly one of the best moments of Aikatsu Stars for me. Another great character is the Tundra Diva, Shirogane Lily. The ice singer queen was introduced in an impressive way, And it's great, the show never ceases to amaze with the visual representation of her personality and individuality. We never really get to learn what her sickness is, but for a show like Aikatsu, it honestly doesn't matter. The narrative just makes us believe it. Lily has a very distinctive personality that sets her apart from everyone else. She's not always seen smiling and acting energetic and polite. She's always quoting historical figures, poets, or notable characters, and she also has a song of her own, which is something rare in Aikatsu Stars. By being a very different persona, her relationship with Yuzu makes her even more interesting. Their friendship feels real and heartwarming. Lily's story feels complete when she's able to launch and design her own brand, Gothic Victoria. By the way, isn't this a great name for a brand? I absolutely love it. Over the course of the episodes, Lily learns about friendship, hardships, and a lot more. There is a sense of growth in her character. She's able to evolve without losing what makes her feel so unique. Soto Miyako is another interesting person. She's a great actress and she has a cat persona to go with her explosive personality. Her presence brings the energy up no matter what. She also has a nice tsundere personality to go along with it. Her character loses a bit of her glitter because of her obsessive behavior over Subaru. She would be able to shine much more if it weren't for that. Apart from those, we have the S4. I talked briefly about them before, and they deserve the most praise. Their existence adds so much life to iStars because of what they represent. But not only that, the four of them get a lot of focus and a lot of love inside the narrative, and we get to know them very well. The four of them are nice characters, and we're able to see their hard work and dedication to their roles as idols. They're not just unachievable goddesses, we accompany their journey just like the others. I have to give a honorable mention to Tsubasa, the biggest theater class idol. She's my favorite from the S4 girls. She's so cool, her ponytail looks amazing, and she has butts of time! Yuzu doesn't stay behind. Her hyperactive and crazy personality match perfectly who she's supposed to be since she is top of the dance class. Yozora and Hime just add more beauty and glam to the S4 girls. S4 also has the best song from iStars, which is episode Solo. More on that later. Let's go back to the characters. There are many great secondary characters like the teachers and the headmaster, the M4 that creates somewhat of a nice dynamic with the girls, except for Ako, and cute background characters as well. But it's not all flowers. So let's talk about the bad parts as well, starting with our main character, Yume. Nijino Yume is a very traditional main character. She's driven, brave, energetic, cute, a regular girl with a dream of becoming part of S4. She starts the season very raw. She doesn't know how to perform and all the technical parts of being an idol. So, we do have a regular character with lots of possibilities to be worked with. But they decided to go the worst route possible. When Yume performs for the first time, everyone's impressed. She's extremely good. In the next few performances, though, she is just average. That makes some people believe she's just a fluke and question her talent. Another wasted plot potential here as well. The thing is, Yume works hard. She's dedicated. But she never seems to get anywhere by herself. What happens is that she has some sort of power that comes out of her and makes her perform extremely well, but it only comes out in certain cases. And after she performs, she loses consciousness because of fatigue. This causes a badly written drama that connects her to the headmaster and Hime, the top idol of the song class. Hime advises her, and it builds a nice connection between them. But this bridge is just not well constructed, so it makes the journey very lackluster. Now, don't get me wrong, Yume can be a nice character with her lively personality. She's very much a child and her actions are believable. She lets no one stop her. She doesn't care that much about the M4. She's funny and open to new experiences. But honestly, this mysterious power that surrounds her ends up eclipsing her character in many ways. Remember when I said the power comes out in certain situations? Well, it only comes out when it matters to the plot. Yume needs to win a competition. Yume has to impress someone. You can be sure that this power will appear in those key moments. And that brings us to Yume's rival and biggest loser in Aikatsu history, Sakuraba Dora. A character supposed to be full of personality and talent that is thrown into the trash by the narrative because Yume needs to shine. Ro's dream is to be part of S4, and she's part of the song class just like Yume. Even though it seems like an unlikely friendship at the start, both quickly become friends. When we know Dora, we see her as a person full of attitude and a ton of talent, who knows how to sing, dance, and everything else you need to know to be a great idol. Unfortunately, this only lasts for a couple of episodes. Yume has this unexplained power that always appears when it needs to. She really reminds me of those shonen protagonists that discover a new power whenever they're in a special situation and they wouldn't survive otherwise. And well, Lola ends up being the chosen one to lose to Yume every time it matters. No matter how hard she tries, no matter how much effort she puts in, she always remains in Yume's shadows. As time goes by, she ends up losing her confidence, and the show even tries to give some episodes to work with her character, but ultimately, they're not enough to fix what the main plot does to her. This makes me sad because her character could have been so much more than it is. But if we're talking wasted potential, Nanakura Koharu, an adorable girl, Yume's best friend who enrolls in Yotsuboshi Gakuen with her. She also aspires being part of S4, she enters the beauty class, and she learns her passion and talent for design during the series. The biggest problem with her character is that the focus never really seems to be on her. We never get to see her evolution that well. Actually, we see nothing concerning her idol and performer side. Can you believe she hasn't performed? Not even once? The nerve of those writers. Koharu ends up leaving the series more or less in the middle of it, and even though I felt sad to see her go, it was better than having her be neglected by the narrative like that. iStars did Koharu very, very dirty. Now, let's talk about the songs. Since this is a musical show, they play an important role. I feel that overall, the iStars songs are average. Most of the songs are forgettable, while a few are a disaster, but other few are extremely good. Songs like Hatoga Skip, Mirai Transit, and Aikatsu Step are cute songs, but they're just not that memorable. I love jamming to them while driving or while I'm in the shower. They create a nice environment in the show and set up nice performances. My biggest problem is with a song called So Beautiful Story. Not only it's a pretty bad song by itself, it's supposed to be sung by Hime, the head of the song class. With a voice like that, girl. And when Yume performs with her, my ears are bleeding. On the other hand of this spectrum, there is Episode Solo. What a great song. I usually skip openings and endings after watching them once or twice, but I think I never skipped this one. It manages to always be fresh and powerful. It gives me such a great vibe. It's definitely one of my favorite anime songs ever. Thank you, S4, for making our lives complete. So, Aikatsu stars. In conclusion, I would say that this season was a nice trip. Good setting, nice build-ups, a colorful cast of characters. It has its flaws, but the pros overweight the cons. It made me entertained throughout the whole run. And now it's time to dwell on the sequel, Aikatsu stars Hoshi no Tsubasa. It's a season with a remarkable universe, characters full of personality. Honestly, you'll definitely find someone you love. A great design and good use of colors, and a story that will make you wanting more, coming back episode after episode. This is my take on Aikatsu Stars. I hope you enjoyed this format. I want to take some time to thank the magical girls that support Magical Cinnamon. Thank you so much for bringing me closer to my dream. And if you've watched everything up until now, thank you so much as well. If you enjoy this kind of content, let me know in the comments. I would also like to see your takes and your opinions on this first season of Aikatsu Stars. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye!